This program is brought to you by Fresh FM.
Fresh Start, weekday mornings 7 till 9. Here's what it's like.
This is Fresh Start on a Monday morning. I'm Flower Bradley on Fresh FM, and today we're talking to my aunt, Monique Bradley, who lives in Auckland. She is tangata whenua from the top of the south, and for the last 15 years she's been self-employed as an entertainer. Everything that we love to hear about here in Nelson. Monique, welcome to the show.
Kia ora, Flower. How are you doing?
I'm great. Now, my sister, she was the one that told me to contact you.
Oh,
We've been watching you on Facebook, and she said, did you see Monique on Good Morning teaching Queen's English?
Yeah,
She's hilarious.
I had a great time, actually. I got called up by the Good Morning team. They found me on the internet as a specialist vocal coach, and I've done that for a number of years. And what they said was, would I come in and work with Astor and teach her to speak like the Queen? Because I started training as a performer when I was quite young. I started speech and drama when I was 8. I started training as an opera singer, would you believe, when I was 11. And coming from a theatrical family like ours, Flower, where your grandfather, my dad, Morris Bradley, had a music store and he worked in theatre in Blenheim, and then your parent, your father and your uncles, who have all been in radio and broadcasting and things like that, and all great speakers. It was kind of no drama that I would end up in this sort of industry. And by hokey, after my years of training, and I have a degree in theatre and film, and I studied with Jermaine Clement, would you believe, from Flight of the Conchords at university.
Oh, wow.
A great sort of calibre of contemporaries, and go on and study musical theatre and things like that. It was a no-brainer for me to just keep knocking at every door. And by hokey, now I've been 15 years in the industry as a professional performer, and that pays my rent, and that gets my hair done and gets my nails done and pays for my car. It's a life that I've chosen, and of course there's lots of sacrifices with that, but I'll tell you what, it's the happiest path I've ever walked down.
And I tell you what, you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the key to my being happy has really helped trigger so many other things in my life, and I've lost a lot of weight, and I get to sing professionally all around New Zealand. I've done Christmas in the Park, Wellington, as one of the lead vocalists, and now I sing with this amazing group. I've worked with a wonderful lady from television and radio called Jo Cotton, who I actually knew of when I was in Wellington. And the band I sing with now, I sing in a couple of different groups, but the one I sing with now, we've actually managed to release our own single, which has been something I've wanted to do ever since I was a child. I remember at the age of 4 sitting on the doorstep of our house singing to myself, thinking that's what I want to do, and by hokey, I've done it.
Absolutely wonderful. And you've just released a single?
Yep, the single's just been released through iTunes, and in fact we're performing that on the 6th of November. We've been invited to perform on Good Morning as well, and we're performing 2 of our original songs. The first one is called Goodbye, which will be released soon, and the second one is our mix of cross genres of styles. So there's elements of rock music, pop music, dance, acoustic folk. It's kind of everything, and it's a sort of a dancier song called Waiting Here, and it's just really great. And we find children as sort of young as 11 and 12 are rocking out to it, and so are our friends who are sort of in their 30s, 40s and 50s. So it kind of works for everyone, and it's just really catchy, and yeah, it's a great fun song. So that'll be on Good Morning. And
also it's playing on radio in the UK, I believe.
Absolutely. So we've just managed to get on an amazing station in the UK called TS Radio, so that's been getting radio played there. And there's been a bit of interest, actually, from a few different DJs that we've sent it to through Europe. So there's a guy who's considering remixing the song for use in the clubs in Europe. He's in Italy. And there's another guy from Amsterdam as well who's wanting to actually do some collaboration with us. So there's those sorts of things going on, a few interests from people who are interested in us recording soundtracks and things like that. So yeah, there's a few bites from the industry as well.
So you're in the band with Pete Ward.
Yep, Pete Ward. Yep.
Who's your partner.
He is my partner.
And Sandy Banner-Martin.
Yeah, who's a very dear friend of ours. And we basically all met because I used to run an open mic night here in Auckland. And I said to my friend Sandy, who I knew as a singer, I said to her, come along, can you play guitar? And she said, I will be able to soon. And so she came along and started singing, and then our friend Pete, he saw it listed on the internet, and he thought, I'm a songwriter, I sing a little bit. So he came along to this open mic night, and the three of us all found we had this great we clicked together. And we started, we'd go and support Pete if he was doing a solo gig. Sandy and I would turn up because we were also a duo called Divalicious. And then we'd jump on and do backing vocals actually for Pete. And he said once he'd heard us doing backing vocals for him, he was a little bit spoilt and he just wanted to continue working with us. So we started out as a trio called Pete Ward and Divalicious. And that was mainly doing acoustic covers. And then we decided we wanted to do our original music as well because we're all songwriters and all musos. And we started telling these incredible stories through song and decided we needed a new name, and we came up with The Front Room because that's where we started recording our first songs.
Front Room, and I love the picture, the black and white picture that you've got on the WOMAD site where people can vote for the World of Musical Arts and Dance Festival, which is on the 15th and 17th of March next year.
Yeah, we're really excited about that actually, Flower, because some of the songs we've actually written have Māori influence as well. Both Sandy and I are Māori, and we're really excited. And one of the songs I get to play a ko'owo as well, similar to a ko'owo, and there's Māori content in that song too. So we want to embrace some of the New Zealand elements, and some of our acoustic songs have a real Kiwi flavour. We've got a great song too called Love Will Guide Us Home, and it's got a bit of a tikitane kind of vibe as well. So we've got a really diverse range of music. So to be part of WOMAD, to showcase exactly who we are as Kiwis, where we come from, like Pete himself, he's from the South Island as well. So we really want to embrace all those different elements of who we are as Kiwis and really project that on what has essentially become a world stage.
So they can find you on taft.co.nz.
That's right, and vote for us under The Front Room. They can actually search for us on that. And look, we'd be really grateful to perform there. We just want to take our music to the world.
Oh, I had a look at it. It looks like an awesome festival in Taranaki.
It's incredible.
And, what kind of challenges did you personally experience through the recording and the releasing of the single?
Probably the biggest challenges weren't so much with this actual process. This process was pretty easy. You've just got to be really dedicated, and you've got to keep tapping away at it until you're absolutely happy. Don't settle for anything else. But the biggest challenges about the industry for me were people telling me, oh, you'll never make a living out of it. So after 15 years of being self-employed, I've just realised, don't listen, just follow your heart. And with the music, if you know somebody that can help, don't be shy, ask for help. It's just amazing. You never know who might play an instrument that you can collaborate with, or you never know who's got their own recording studio. I mean, Sandy and I were really lucky to work with Pete because he has a background in sound engineering as well. So we feel really lucky as singers and musicians that we get to jam with him. And he's a great songwriter as well. So to think collaborations, getting a song up on iTunes is really just following a series of steps. So you can do it. And now independent labels are really starting to consider our music too and looking at us as people in the industry. So just keep tapping away at it.
How did it feel when your first song, was placed on iTunes?
Well, I kept searching every day to see if it was coming up. And to be fair, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on radio, but I nearly weed myself. You know what I mean? I've done some great things in my life. I've performed with some really incredible talent over the years. But to see something that, it's not me singing a cover. This is something that me and my dearest friends have collaborated on. This is our project. And now people are buying our song. I can't begin. It must be similar, because I've never had children, it must be similar to giving birth.
I've heard it is. Yeah.
Without the stretch marks and without the pain. This was just a complete project of joy, and we all had our own creative input into the project, and we're all really proud of it too. And, I love the fact that each of us is a strong singer. We're all strong harmony singers. We're all strong musicians. And the collaborative sound is just, for me, it's a really joyful experience.
Yeah, when I saw the genre that it was, dance rock, I thought that's exactly what it is.
It is,
And I can actually imagine it in a mix, in a club as well. That would be fantastic. I mean, if Adele can do it.
Of course.
amazing.
And to be fair, if I can do it, anyone can.
I don't know about that, Monique.
No, I'm for real. You just got to dream big, and it comes across
Yeah.
everything in your life. You just got to dream big enough.
Waiting Here, it's going to be played on Fresh today for the first time in New Zealand.
Yes.
I'm so excited, and I bet you're excited as well.